See, if this continues, I fear the whole place might collapse.
Right then. All hands on deck. Everyone pitch in and find a solution.
Okay, shall we start with Stewie?
Stop it, Crut. We need to figure what caused this and come up with a plan to prevent any more damage.
I can't believe kids these days. They don't get outside nearly as much as they used to. All they do is play Fortnite and those other video games.
I know it does seem like video games have become such a big part of life. I certainly don't remember playing games that much when I was a kid.
I know, right? I don't understand what the obsession is all about.
Well, I hope at least it keeps them inside instead of running wild in the streets. That's good too.
True. We need to find a better way to channel all that energy.
Well, you could sit them down and tell them why they should stay outside and be active.
Maybe, but they wanna need something to fill the extra time if they're not playing a video game.
Hey, Quagmire, have you heard the news?
What news?
I got caught jerking off to illegal porn, and now I have to go to prison.
Giggity, you do wild things, Peter. Are you sure you want to do that?
Unfortunately, it can't be helped. The family is already panicking about food costs and whether or not I'm going to make it.
Yeah, those old internet laws are harsh, but just try to make the best of it. Write some stories or do some kinos. That's partially why I ask you here. I'd have thought about getting you into jail fitness or something.
Jail fitness. That's beyond me.
Well, it was just an idea, but I promise to keep your family safe while you're gone.
Thanks, Quagmire. I really appreciate it. Gee whiz, Lois, I think I'm starting to feel a bit strange.
What do you mean, that?
I think I'm transforming into a pepper.
And what does this mean? Some sort of physical state of...
Maybe this is a result of too much of the spicy food.
Hey, maybe. That's the only explanation. Why do you thinking? Lois.
Possibly think great scientists like stoic people.
Oh, you're right.
Well, I'm thinking we research spices. We can come up with to fix this pepper problem.
Sounds like a plan. Stewie, don't you start digging around into the different possibilities.
Captain, I'll do some research right away. Hey, Quagmire, have you heard into becoming a hacker?
Yes, I did. He's always been a bit of a goofball. It's impressive now. He's discovered a knack for this technology.
Yeah, he might even be the most notorious hacker of Roblo. Giggity.
How do you do this well?
Well, it's not all fun in games, haven't you heard some of the hacker stories?
But maybe it's just the card in me speaking. I mean, who else but Drusted with technology like that can do such a feat?
That's why it's so he does it next time I see him.
Don't be too high. Be cautious around it, especially as Peter considers this new hobby.
Ouch, this doesn't taste like Pepsi. What did I just drink?
That's so peculiar, you've probably destroyed US of hackers.
No wonder you need a medical checkup. You should never drink randomly from top shelf bottles.
That's right.
Giggity. Let's hope it doesn't cause too much harm, right, Peter?
I guess you're right. I can feel it burning in my throat with each gasp of air.
I find it kind of fitting that this stupid thing happened to you, Peter.
Oh,
All right, we better get to Dr. Sonicamp.
I can try. Oh, I think I'm going to puke.
Yes, let's leave before you end up destroying this entire house. Giggity.
Come on, Peter, dear.
what? I can hardly believe that Peter can finally rid the multiverse.
Yes, it is an incredible feat, though I'm guessing it won't go unnoticed for long. You'll get all kinds of attention from the public.
Yeah, he's gonna be off the charts. Giggity.
Right, which is why we need to make sure he doesn't give evidence for giving his newfound knowledge or anything less than for noble purposes.
Agreed. Peter needs to take his new responsibility seriously, and it'll be up to us to make sure he does.
Absolutely. It requires stack and patience. Everyone needs to stay lucid and make sure not to be rashly.
You know I won't be fun at all. This is serious. Giggity, giggity.
All right, booze or to Peter? Booze isn't products testing on animals, right?
Yeah, that's the people for the ethical treatment of animals. And yeah, they're working on animal testing.
What about Louise? They test animals too.
I don't think so, but I can be sure. Magpie, don't you look into it and see what you can find out.
Here, I'll do some research. But why is this so important?
That might contribute because we need to be conscious of our consumption choices and other suffering.
Exactly, Stewie. And until we receive more concrete information about Louis, we should just err on the side of caution.
Giggity caution. What fun is that?
Well, folks, I just saw Herobrine on my craft. That's a first for me. He was flickering in and out of the building I was by, then he suddenly disappeared into a puff of smoke. I was so surprised that I quickly closed the game down and logged off. If you've never seen Herobrine before, I definitely advise against seeking him out. He just showed up out of the blue and then was gone. The creepiest thing I've ever seen in my entire life was the red eyes peering at me before he vanished into the clouds. It was just too eerie for me. I'm gonna have nightmares tonight after seeing that.
Peter,
Dad, what are you trying, Eugene, buddy?
Yeah.
What's happening?
Dad, why are you saying the letter?
Does this mean something?
I'll give it a rest, Peter.
Giggity.
Come on, Peter, stop that silliness, please.
Why not? It is fun that I'm watching paint dry.
Is it letter, Dad?
No, it isn't.
Dad, please be serious.
All right. I'm only joking.
That wasn't funny, Dad.
Well, I hope just don't forget to take the kids to school soon.
All right. Fish milt essentially is a milky substance that's secreted when male fish come into spawning season.
So what do they use the milk for exactly?
Well, essentially milk contains viable sperm cells that can be used in aquaculture. So if there's a certain food stock that we want to bring back and replenish, there's often careful management that involves using milk or eggs of closely related species over many years.
Wow, that's a really complex process.
Yeah, it can be really exacting and tedious. And it requires that we really understand the biology of how fish evolve spawn mate, and then monitor very closely where those species disappear and overpopulate in order to balance the environment.
What do you think of this story?
Well, I think I could write the gag and jokes for this episode.
I get it. Why do you need to write hopes for the show?
Do you think you can do it, Stewie?
Of course I can. I have an idea for a skit that I think could turn quite funny.
It's enviable how I always come up with creative jokes. Go ahead, why don't you try it out?
Yeah, so I don't you write it. What do you have in mind?
Actually, the idea is quite simple. I think it would be funny if Peter tried to write the gag and jokes for a family game.
That's hilarious. I love it.
Yes, excellent idea, Stewie. That would be great.
So Peter killed Meg and everyone that killed her. Heck, I really.
But the strange thing is, Peter became a Mormon afterwards.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he accidentally nuked Judah in his sleep. I guess that sort of destroyed the Mormon church for good.
Yeah, but I mean, that's gotta be one of the funniest stories ever.
True. So Quagmire must have laughed about it for days, right?
Yeah, I can just use his tiny laugh and all it is give it his net.
Kids say the darndest things. Quagmire just slays me.
Who said anything about money? I didn't say nothing about money.
All right, Peter, what's going on?
Lois, there's nothing wrong here. I was just giving these kids some money.
You were stealing money from them.
From who?
From the poor, starving African children who just needed a little help.
Well,
No, because that was morally wrong regardless of the justification.
Dad, would you take money from kids?
well, Chris, they were pretty merciless businessmen from the start.
Seriously, Dad, you suck.
I agree with Meg that was wrong, you little daddy.
Giggity.
Chris, I'm having Brian on to explain what happened at Ruby Ridge.
All right. Ruby Ridge was an 11-day siege in 1992 near Ruby Ridge, Idaho. The federal officers from the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms were on site to arrest white separatist Randy Weaver for failure to appear in court for weapons violations. They used way too much force by the end of it, injuring and killing civilians. Weaver's son and a deputy U.S. Marshal. The request from the F left to overbearing response by the local and federal law enforcement agencies, which was condemned and a lesson to be learned.
What do you got an idea?
So we all learned some Chinese, eh?
Oh, here we go. Sounded out on a tour. Freaky get it, did he?
That was not very nice, Peter.
Hey! No one has turned to stone yet. Mega's done pretty well. Well, even Stewie's getting in on it.
Can you guys teach me some?
Sure, join us.
So what else have we all learned?
Alright, I recently learned that means walk.
Great, let's practice it right now.
Yeah.
Giggity.
Hey, Quagmire, okay.
Not really. I was just thinking about suicide and whether I'm good enough to live or not.
Skill SOL. SOL.
What? That's not an appropriate thing to say.
Hey, Brian, show a little kindness.
It's okay, I understand.
No, actually, what skill SOL means is that the issue lies in not my skills, but my L or my lack. Basically, I'm implying I lack competence, and that's what makes my situation seemingly futile.
Wow, Brian, I'm really glad you answered in a way that lets Quagmire know you're there for him.
Yeah, a man in a helmet can be kind and comforting even when we most expect the opposite.
Huh?
Quack, what are you doing?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Quagmire, this isn't just annoying, it's getting us nowhere. Please calm down.
But I'm in the walls, I'm in the wall, I'm in the walls, I'm in the wall, I'm in the walls, I'm in the walls.
Yeah, we got that the first time, buddy.
So, why are you saying it for 60 times?
Because I thought maybe, if I say it enough times, I'll get to where I need to be.
And where you need to be?
I don't know, but I'm determined to find out, so I'm gonna keep saying it until I get there.
So, all right, if you really think that's going to help you. Good luck.
Hey everyone, this is Peter speaking. I want to remind everyone to stay hydrated. We don't always think about it, but we need to drink. Staying hydrated helps your body stay healthy, your mind sharp. You can even get sick if you don't drink enough.
Right?
Yeah, like you'll feel better all over and stay energized throughout the day. Make sure to drink more water, people.
Giggity, well, not too much. It's all about getting the balance right. Get yourself a reusable water bottle and you're good to go.
Sounds like good advice to me.
Definitely, it's an easy way to take better care of your body.
All right, Chris, let me give you a choice here. You can either scream really loud or I can gag you.
Well, this doesn't really seem like the best option. Screaming is not necessary.
Screaming extremely loud. I'm gonna go super saiyan.
Frustrated? Oh my goodness. Please, Chris, can you get rid of your screaming fits or we will all go crazy around here.
You are my dead set.
But I thought if I could scream, I could become a super saiyan like Frieza.
And I thought we went through this. There's no way that is ever happening. Come on, kid, though. Let's take a breather. I'm down in a bit.
Take a step back, Chris. Remember, you don't need to scream obnoxiously there all the time. You try to always think before we act. You can be too stupid.
Hey, sweetheart, what are we doing here?
Peter said I had to watch 7 Rick and Morty episodes for my score to stay above 150.
Sorry, Chris, I'm really trying to help Stu understand why this is important.
You know what, Lois? Just tonight they released a special episode. Chris, you don't even understand how important it is to watch Rick and Morty. It's the funniest show on TV, and you need a good IQ to appreciate it.
All right, Peter, I think that's enough lecturing for tonight. Stewie, do you know why it's important to have a high get to watch shows like Rick and Morty?
Because there's like this attempt to require new storytelling, information, which require good.
That's our boy?
All right, giggly diggity, chromosome, boopy. Quagmire, what were you thinking? Trying to get into Meg's pants.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
For your information, I'm capable of having relationships with the opposite sex.
Giggity.
Hey,
Agreed, Quagmire. If you ever try something like that again, I'm gonna have to append you a turn box of cereal.
Got it. No more giggity when it comes to Meg.
Wait, does that he still can't do the giggity thing with other people?
Well, that's entirely up to him. Just as long as it's kept at a respectful distance from Meg.
And for me,
you knock it off, okay? Come on, you shenanigans.
Alright. Message received.
The voices of the Woodsian for your show. 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 The voices of the Woodsian for your show.
Quagmire, did you really feel like starting up with you in from the black hole by polymedia to
Absolutely. Clear as throat, Idaho. Over there. Black hole is in the air. Comply with me. We got nowhere to go. Nobody's gonna care.
Alright, come on.
Size all right? Let's do it. Strum's gonna have babbles.